Okay, where was I? Sorry. And again, I'm sorry for coughing up a storm right now, so.
I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner.
Clearly somebody who could benefit from the technology or from the research. Assuming that's what they're after.
Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late, and has warned me to stay alert. But he would never specify anyone I should fear when I ask.
Thank you, Curation. I'm mostly okay. I had this like weird tickle in my throat that's been like on and off for the week. And then my last stream, when I did on Tuesday, I started having that headache, which has been on and off, but it's been mostly going away. But that tickle in my throat, even though it's been going in and out, it started developing more while I was at work, and it's kind of a minor like irritation or scratchiness in my throat now. And it's caused me to cough every so often. So I really am hoping I'm not coming down with something, because we have the stream coming up on Saturday for some Super Mario Party. So I'm hoping I don't get sick during the weekend. I'm like, I don't want to get sick for that. So.
It's not as though he has
I'm so sorry, still.
enemies.
I know I keep saying sorry, but it's kind of an automatic reaction.
There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him.
Tea break. Okay. I got like a cup of iced tea next to me, so that's helping a little bit. If anything, I might switch to some hot tea in a second. Alright, the eternal question, why am I your best hope?
I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me.
Aw. So...
And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I would be like this. If I haven't seen somebody in, like, forever, and I was still on good terms with them, I would be like, why should I get involved? I haven't seen Hayden forever. You know, it'd be like, if I hadn't seen my best friend in, like, 5 or 6 years or something, and they're in trouble, I would still go looking for them. Even if I never really tried to do it. Which I did actually once, pretty successfully. It's my nephew. And actually did find him, which kind of shocked me, because I didn't expect that I could deduce that. But I mean, you know, it was kind of simple. My nephew had, when he was very, very young, not very, very, but like, you know, 12, 13-ish, had vanished and had not come back home overnight. And so my sister was in a panic, and they were talking, like, I guess the last place that anybody had seen him was at a Walmart somewhere. So I think actually, now that I think it was like a day or two, and they were looking for him, and, you know, being the path and everything, and I decided for some odd reason, I just told him I'll be back. I didn't even say where I was going, and I ended up going back to that Walmart, because I thought about it. I was like, if I were a kid, and I'm running away, I'm going to want to stay where it's familiar, where if there's possibly food, and entertain myself, you know, stuff like that. And where there's going to be a big crowd where nobody would really look for me, because I'd be in a crowd, and I could probably, like, dodge in and out. So I actually went to the Walmart that he was last seen at, and as I was walking up to the front door, I look over, and there he is, walking with a friend of his down the parking lot, towards the Walmart. And he was still a little far away, so, anyway, long story short, you know, his dad came over, and he tried running off, and I guess his grandmother, my mother, ended up catching up with him and talking to him, and they ended up bringing him home safely. But, like, I was just glad he was okay. So, but I mean, I've never, like, majorly looked, like, sought out clues and stuff like that for a missing person.
The numbers
I'm sure that's like
your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome.
Oh, jeez. We'll see about that.
Don't worry. If Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable. If anything, it's worth trying looking for Hayden.
For Hayden! Well then, I guess we should get started.
Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account.
Oh,
and
God.
The car has just arrived.
Ouch. I can totally afford that. Lead the way. When I go to the police, they might be able to help. Okay, Bubblehead, I'll help, but there better be a story here. I'm not that kind of guy. That would be my first. Why not go to the police?
No, we can't. One of the last things Hayden told me was to avoid the authorities. We must be cautious about who we inform of this.
Alright, so he's following orders. I can't... If this is a human, I'd be like, oh, don't be stupid, go to the police. But this is a robot, he's following orders, and I can't just push him, her, it, they. I need to know!
My calculations show that the possibilities of a leak are dangerously high.
Oh. So Hayden probably suspected, in his paranoia, Hayden probably suspected that. Yes, actually, I'm kind of going towards that direction. As far as a pronoun, because I feel bad. I don't want to call it an it. But yeah, they were saying Hayden was paranoid, so he probably suspected it was like a mole in the departments or among authorities.
Corruption, despite being a challenge to public trust as well as cohesion of departmental policies, is still a possibility to consider. If it becomes public that Hayden has been kidnapped, his life may be put in further danger. His chances of escape would surely decrease.
That's true, and even if there wasn't corruption, the police would probably likely put out a statement. Unless they suspected that there'd be danger by doing so as well.
We must keep this to ourselves for now. Please.
Alright, lead the way. Like how bed was the second day it popped up. Cute.
That's strange. Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired.
Weird.
I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock.
No, it's very unlikely with how analytical it is. They are. I'll get used to that. I will call that because they're a robot, that they did not overanalyze or misanalyze something. I mean, that's the more likely question, is maybe a maintenance robot took care of it. Which is probably going to be a no.
It's possible.
No, surprisingly.
Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully. Oh, a lucky break.
What? Who?
It seems my access codes still work. Hayden's door has far better security than yours does.
Stop being so smug about that. Hayden probably has more money than me. We shouldn't disturb any evidence, just in case we need to go to the police after all. Just be careful. You made your point about the door. Let's just head in.
Will do.
So a couple things overturned, looks like. Doesn't look like it was much of a struggle. Are you sure he was actually kidnapped? Don't question the robot. Doesn't look like it was much of a struggle.
I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals.
I kind of picture Hayden, I mean, without knowing much about him, except that he was a master engineer and that he was paranoid, as being kind of frail and kind of hermit-ish. It does look like one of the balcony doors is open, if that's a balcony.
I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. I should have stayed and tried to protect him.
Aww. Aren't you programmed against harming humans? Ah!
Of course not. How silly.
Well! Asimov's laws do not apply, apparently.
To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually.
Or there's that as well, that the laws don't apply not because they're not applied, but because sapient technology would just eventually find a workaround.
I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to.
Please don't. Please don't, Turing. I love you. You're adorable. Please don't.
I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people. The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage.
I like that. Glad we're clear on that one.
Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though. I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense. But
You panicked. Aww. What's done is done. We need to focus on finding him. I want you to feel better. I just feel like I'd be comforting. I'd be like, you did the right thing by escaping. Because, who knows? If Turing had stayed, they could have been demolished and destroyed too. And then there'd be no chance for finding Hayden.
excellent point. Let's start searching for clues.
Alright, well first of all, what's the tech down here? A ROM component in Hayden's headset. He must have been in the middle of working on something. Busted. He must have dropped it in a skirmish. A few vintage video game consoles. Hayden was always a fan of old tech. There's a Mega 16, a Dural, and even a Familink. Nice. Can I actually use any of those? We gain the strength of the temptation we resist. So, you'll probably become a rad video game wizard now. Those damn headphones. You sync to the TV and listen to boring news in high def. Okay. There are no buttons on the screen, and there's no need to watch TV right now.
That's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM, but desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform.
Well, let's see if you can get in. That'd be great.
Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time.
Of course you can't. That'd be too easy.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. If you'd like to try your hand at digital breaking and entering, be my guest. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU.
That's because you're using most of it right now, I'm guessing.
Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms.
Yep. That's what I thought.
Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software if I attempt to slice in. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents.
Huh. Can you just download knowledge from the meshnet? What does talent have to do with it?
I could, but much in the same way you might learn a task and still have no aptitude for it, I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert.
Valid point. Knowing something and being able to actually perform it are two different things.
The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition. While computers can only think in straight lines, humans can think sideways and upside down. I lack that ability.
Oh, okay. So it's creativity, basically.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds,
Or tea.
I just don't think I'm very good with computers.
Ah, tea, my friend.
I do seem to have some skill with painting, though.
Adorable.
Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp of early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion.
Abstract art doesn't seem like something a robot would be good at. On the contrary, I think it would be perfect.
That's true. Machines are best at reproduction. Still life, impressionism, photorealism.
Well, I mean, if it's non-representational. But I digress.
I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel.
Right, back to where we were. What's the photos? Pictures of Hayden traveling all over the world. Working at a company like Parallax ensures you'll be more than well off. Sometimes understood, but you probably won't forget what Hayden looks like anytime soon. I can't talk to the plant! This plant is doing much better than the one at home. Pause off. Basically, track record is for the best.
Hayden spends so much of his time at home building ROMs, as if he doesn't do enough of that at work.
What if I can grab these? What reason would you have for taking this? You don't even own a ROM. It's a few parts to get a voice, like Turing has. Maybe this one's better as it is, after all. Okay. Oh, what's the books?
Oh, I think I see something under those reference books.
Well, in that case, you stack the books.
Ah, that device.
Oh god, why are you so angry, Turing?
I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule.
Oh, jeez.
It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him.
Oh, I kind of get it.
It looks like there's a place here for a physical memory card.
Do I have... That's just my ID card, okay. I mean, I guess I can check outside for now.
Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords.
It's
This
kind of
window
semi-nice.
Here is where I escaped from. It is a considerable distance to the ground below.
Jeez. How'd you get down? That's true.
I took the fire escape.
Oh, there's a memory card. I wasn't looking at all the parts. Old high-density memory card. Something, we might be able to read it. Maybe like a tablet.
Hayden must have removed the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his connections. If only he had kept his information information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures.
The tablets calendar says he was supposed to meet with someone named Tomcat today. Ring any digital bells?
Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask. Says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust, located in the Castro district.
I've been to Castro.
Mark it on your city map. We can head over there and ask around about this Tomcat character. Perhaps they can shine some light on why Hayden was snatched.
My city map?
Oh, excuse me. I still haven't set up a user account for you in my system. We shouldn't put that off any longer. Once finished, I will have an assortment of new ways to assist you. For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive while we're out and about. I just need to ask you a few questions.
All right.
This is an exciting thing, I promise.
Oh, God, you're so adorable. You know, my first... Cool, bring it on. Sure, whatever, let's just get crap over with. I mean, that's true. I knew my first dog's birthday. This
is just how things are done. I'm certain I could spend a few quadrillion clock cycles to bypass that part of my operating system, but that seems less efficient than just running the setup program. So, here we go.
All right.
Welcome to the first-time user setup for your new relationship.
I love its face just changed.
Manager, running the latest build of Parallax's live intelligence processing system.
Oh, that's great. I love how it went to like a default face.
I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can get right to managing your life with your new ROM. If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide, or contact our support department directly. First, could you tell me your preferred name for use in account creation, online communications, and conversational speech?
I wonder if it's one of those things where it actually recognizes certain names. Just in case, I'm actually going to go ahead and put Sam in as my name, because I'm curious if it does like the whole Fallout thing, where if you put certain default names, like certain simple names, it actually will call you by a voice over name, which is, I think, just kind of cool. So, what does it hurt? Let's try it.
Do you wish to keep this name?
Yeah, I'll keep it. It looks like it didn't really do anything, but...
Thank you. I have input your name.
Yeah, so it just... Okay, that's cool.
Next, could you tell me which pronouns I should use for you in referential and conversational speech?
It actually gives you those options! That's a nice touch. Wow. I like if it allows you to customize your own pronoun. If you don't like any of these. I'm just floored. Like, so far I am floored by this game. And it's not even the big things, it's just the little things, the little touches in this. It's just their world building is, I mean, and you know what? Actually, using San Francisco was kind of nice too, because it is very much a, I'm not sure how to phrase this, but having been to San Francisco several times, I love the openness of the culture there, with everything, and so I feel like San Francisco is just a perfect place to set a game like this with these small touches, and I love it. I love it a lot. Now, because it is Sam, I am going to go ahead and use the standard he, him, his pronouns. But I love that you have that option in this game. That's fantastic to me.
Thank you. I have input your pronouns. Finally, could you tell me your preferred diet for use in restaurant recommendations?
Really? Well, I am actually more or less omnivorous. God. Wait. Okay, so there's these options: omnivorous, vegetarian, halal, kosher, gluten-free, and vegan, alcohol-free, and goddamn it, Turing. I'm not gonna curse at the robot. I think this is cool that he wants. I am very much an omnivorous person. I mean, I'm not like, I mean, yeah, I'm like the world's worst Indian person. So, and there you go. One more thing you learned about SammyBear: he is Indian. So, take from that what you will. My family's actually West Indian. I'm East Indian by blood. As my mother and what I know of my father, the little that I know about him, is that they were both full-blooded Indian. But my mother was born in the Caribbean, in Trinidad. So one of the things I joke about my family, my culture, is that it's a bunch of Indian people running around with Jamaican accents, pretty much. So yeah, by blood, I am East, like total India, curry and tandoori Indian. But I love a good steak once in a while. I do. I love a good burger. I love a good steak. And my grandmother, who was very much not, she was just pescatarian mostly, and maybe once in a while white meat, but no red meat, no pork, no beef. And my sister and my mother are both very much white meat only as well. In fact, strict pescatarian as far as no shellfish and whatnot. So yeah, I'm kind of a black sheep of the family on that side, and a bit of a humorous disgrace as far as food goes. No, they love me though. They do. But yeah, my grandmother, if she knew I was eating steak, she would frown upon me and give me like the very Indian disappointed stare. She still loved me anyway. So yeah, that's who I am. I am omnivorous.
Set as omnivorous. Are you sure?
Let me consider this for a second. I mean, I am carnivorous, and I am, I've never before. I do like a good, like, I don't know, when I was younger, I was like every other kid. I think I kind of didn't like vegetables. Although I did love stuff like broccoli, I just hated, like, stuff like eggplant and avocado. The slimy texture stuff. But as I grew up, I loved that stuff. Like, I love zucchini, and I love a lot of vegetables, actually. Like bok choy and whatnot, and but when I consider omnivorous, it's loving meat, loving herbs and vegetables, and then also being an insectivore, because that's also an accepted diet in parts of the world. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, because you know what? I don't knock it until I try it anyway.
Thank you for confirming.
The things you have learned about SammyBear tonight. Thank you, everybody.
I have obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into my memory as it becomes available. Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy, or restart setup to enter it again. In review. Does that sound right?
That is correct.
Thank you. See, that was relatively painless.
That was kind of cute.
You should now also be able to access the local map of Neo SF. The meeting with Tomcat isn't until later this evening. Perhaps we should head back to your apartment for now.
I still want to look around.
Oh, all right. When you are ready to leave, just use your map.
Okay. Still needs to know if I can do this. I'll do anything with these.
You're not actually thinking about switching one of those games on right now, are you?
Was that a commercial for a better pair of headphones? Okay, so it circled back around. Or maybe it's just not plugged in right? Out of battery? Just paying attention. Don't bother trying. You'll fright worse than Turing fried Lappy. Ah, but the home of the standby screen has no melody.
That was all the content this memory card had. It's not his main data storage device.
Alright, well. I think I've kind of tapped this place out. See? Horizontal sliding never fails. Plus, they're perfectly polished. Turing probably wouldn't like it if you took that down. It's not even a whir or buzz. It's completely shut off. Okay, well I think I've tapped this place for everything I could find. So let's go to the map and keep going. This game does not autosave, so please be sure to save frequently.